Chapter 1. The God of War's Birth. In the celestial realms of Mount Olympus, amidst the tumultuous affairs of the gods, the birth of Ares, the god of war, was both a momentous occasion and a harbinger of chaos. Born to Zeus, the king of the gods, and Hera, the queen of Olympus, Ares emerged into the world with a ferocious roar and an insatiable hunger for conflict. From the moment of his birth, Ares's destiny was clear. He was destined to become the embodiment of war, the personification of strife and bloodshed. But even as the other gods looked upon him with awe and reverence, they could not shake the feeling of unease that his presence evoked. For they knew that with Ares's birth would come a new era of violence and upheaval. As Ares grew from infancy to adolescence, his lust for battle only grew stronger, fueled by the whispers of discord and chaos that echoed through the halls of Olympus. His father, Zeus, recognized the potential danger that his son posed and sought to temper his aggression with discipline and guidance. But Ares would not be tamed so easily. In his youth, Ares proved himself to be a fierce and formidable warrior, his skill with sword and shield unmatched by any mortal or god. But for all his prowess on the battlefield, Ares lacked the wisdom and restraint that characterized his fellow gods, often resorting to brute force and aggression to achieve his goals. And so, as Ares's reputation as the god of war spread throughout the mortal world, so too did his infamy as a bringer of chaos and destruction. From the blood-soaked battlefields of ancient Greece to the war-torn lands of distant empire, Ares's presence was felt wherever conflict raged, his insatiable thirst for violence driving men to commit unspeakable acts of cruelty and brutality. But even as Ares reveled in the chaos and carnage of war, he could not escape the consequences of his actions. For every victory he achieved on the battlefield, there were countless lives lost and families torn apart by the ravages of war. And though Ares may have reveled in the glory of battle, he could not ignore the toll that his actions exacted upon the mortal world. And so, as Ares stood at the precipice of adulthood, he found himself torn between his lust for battle and the knowledge that his actions had consequences. In his heart of hearts, Ares knew that he could not continue down the path of violence and destruction forever. But he also knew that the allure of war was too powerful to resist. And so, as the sun set on another day in the realm of the gods, Ares stood poised on the brink of destiny, his path forward uncertain but filled with endless possibility. For better or for worse, the god of war had been born, and the world would never be the same again. The end.